Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing how you could use NumPy to manipulate images. And so I will give this the title called Manipulating Images with NumPy. So I'll just show you the basics of operations, or the basic operations that you could do with NumPy basically on images. And of course, I wouldn't be able to cover everything, but I think that these are the most important stuff. There are a few you should know if you are working with images. You should be able to do operations such as slicing, masking, and also some sort of fancy indexing on the images. And then you should be able to modify those intensity values or the pixel values. And so those are the only stuff that we'll be doing in this particular video. If there is any other stuff that you want me to cover that's not covered in this particular video, just drop it in the comment and I will do another video on it, or I will create a script and share it on my GitHub. Okay, so let's start by importing the important packages. Since I already have that in one of my scripts, I will just copy that in here and explain what I'm doing. Okay, I'll run that and then tell you that the first I'm importing the NumPy, which is in the title here, as NP, and then I'm importing data, which is the image we'll be using. For example, has been graciously provided by scikit-image, and so it's in the data folder of scikit-image, and so we'll be using that to load the image. And then I'll be using matplotlib for plotting the pyplot as plt. This is just the aliases, so instead of typing this long stuff, it allows you to just use this. Okay, and this is classical, this is like typical. Okay, next step, we'll load the image. Okay, and with £2, this was the title, because the single pound is bigger. With £2, I'll have a smaller one, so we'll load my image, just one, and I'll do markdown, run that. So this is smaller than that, and then let's call this camera, even though that's the name, that's what is contained in the image. And then we could do data dot camera. So there is an image called camera. We're going to grab it and store it in this name called camera. It's actually an image, it's a 2D. I'll print everything for you to see. And so we loaded that. If we do mp.shape, this is how to check the shape of your image, and I called it camera. And if I run that, it tells me that it's a 512 by 512. This is the size of the image, and we could even plot this image. So let's just plot it. If I do plt.figure and I do plt.imshow, and in this imshow I pass in this particular camera, and let's just give it a color map and call it to be a gray, just black and white image. Okay, could even add a color bar. Okay, complain. Let's see what is the issue. Oh, I did not type the color map correct. I said it's supposed to be map, color map. Yep. Okay, so that's the image. We could even add a color bar just to give us an idea. If I do of the intensity values, so that when we're troubleshooting or masking, we will exactly know. So the bright part is 255, and the dark side, such as this suit or this error, it's around 0 in value. Okay, so let's start some. So here we just visualize the image. We just loaded the image basically, and we visualize. We check the shape and we visualize. Let's do some of the main manipulations. And so in the first one, we would set some values in this particular image to be equal to 0, and then we'll generate a mask. And so yeah, I have this here. So I will split this out there and just show you what it looks like. Okay, now I grab my original image that I had. I select the indexes from the beginning up to the 10th one, and I set them to 0. So the beginning up to the 10th one, I set them to 0. If I plot this particular image, or let me just paste this since I have the code to plot it here. So this was the original. Now this is what it will look like if I plot it. So I just selected the first ones and I set them to 0. So those are the zeros there that you see at the top. And remember, I'm doing the operation on the main image, so I've already modify the main image. So if I come back here, remember here there was no zeros here. Here has the zeros. If I come back here and run this particular stuff again, it will show the zero now because I'm operating on this particular variable. Okay, which is not very good if you want to keep the original. You always make a copy of it or rename it to something that you're doing. Okay, and another operation that I also want to show you is how to create a mask. And so I'll paste this same plotting command here. I'm generating a mask. So in my camera, which is this particular image, I'm looking for values that are below 87, which is around this. So colors are like within this range. Between here, I'm selecting those. So if I select those, it will give me a true and false in the mask. Let me just split it here so that I can show you what it looks like. If I run this now and I check what is masked, we'll see just true and false. The type will be a boolean. So just true and false. It's just telling me, for example, this place will be false because these values are greater than the 87 that I'm looking for. And why those values that are less than will be true. So I just created the true and false based on those values. Next is I will use this mask on the main image. So I'm just like applying this mask now on the image. This one way of doing it. And actually the values are true. I'm assigning the value of 255. There are many ways of doing this particular operation. You could just say your mask times the image, and that's all. That will still give you the same result as what I'll have here. And so just think of it as I have this mask of true and false, so that if I do any number that I had here in the camera, remember if I do my camera, these are the values, sort of values, just to give you an idea. So I have 25, for example, that's intensity, and this will be less than, so those are the truths that you're seeing here actually. And if I multiply these values now to the mask, actually what will happen is that anywhere that is false here is equivalent of 0. So anything times 0, remember, is 0. So those places will turn to 0. Anywhere that is true is 1. So 1 times any number is still that number. So we'll preserve those one. But the fancy thing I'm doing here is that instead of getting this back, these numbers or those numbers that were greater than back, I'm forcing those numbers to be 255. So I only have either 255 or 0. So there is like no in between, like all this changing. That's just what I'm doing here. So if I run this now, and we could see that those values that were true, we force them to be actually 255. So sorry, yeah, those values that were less than 87, we force them to be actually 255. And so all this black that you are seeing here, which are the values that we're interested in, we force them now to be completely 255. Okay. And so that's how to create a mask of an image, given that you know the threshold you're interested in. The next stuff that I would show you is how to actually further manipulate the image by doing some sort of slicing. And for that, I'll just copy a code that I have seen somewhere on scikit-image and just paste it here and explain what it's doing so that I don't waste forever. Okay, so we just create, so what we're doing here is we want to create some x indices. So some indices along the x-axis, it could be along any of the horizontal lines, and we're creating a range based on the length of the camera. So what would be the length of the camera? So those of you that are not familiar with length gives you just the size in just a certain direction, just a 1D. And so if I do the length of this camera, if I print it here, it will give me the 512. So it's just the same thing as the size, the shape that we did at the start here, but it's just grabbing the first element there in whatever shape we get for the camera. And so we just find which is the number along this axis to be this stuff. So we're just creating a 0 to the last value. Another way to do it is just say from 0 comma that, but just don't be confused. So we just find the length of this image and we create some x-axis. We also do the same thing for the y, but for the y we actually pick our x and we multiply it by a 4, and then we use a modulo. So it's kind of like makes it divisible by some of this guy. So it's basically an even, some way of like picking an even since this guy is an even. And so for example, if I run this here, let's take a look at what the value looks like. Sorry, I have not defined my x, so that's why it complained. But yeah, if I copy those two now and remove this so that we'll just see that value, then you could begin to see what sort of values you get. So they are all even numbers. So just basically pick this guy and grab only those values that are even from it. So there's no odd number here. The odd numbers are divisible by 2. Okay, and then in our camera, we'll go into our camera and we'll provide it the x and the y indices. Remember, the x was just all numbers going from 0 to the last element in the image, whereas the y is just the even numbers, so it will be skipping 1 1. Okay, and then we'll assign a 0 to them, so we're just forcing some certain pixel values to be 0, and that will be dot dot dot, dot that will be seen. But remember, we'll times it by 4 here. Okay, which is the interesting part of it. And so if we, for example, split that there, and again just plot this image, let me just remove this since I only use that to demo something. If I plot this after doing this operation on the image, what will you see? This is what you see. Remember, these values we set here were less than that value, so we'll force this one to go to white because of this clipping. But with this sort of operation, you could have this somewhat slant lines, dots, that will be skipping 1 1 pixel as they go across the image. So yeah, that's how you draw lines, basically draw the line on the image. That's an easy way of doing it. The last part that I want to show you is actually creating something that will look like more like a cycle or a disk around the image. So there are like some image frame that you may have seen in some photo editing apps, that you have like these edges to be dark and then edges will be dark. So it's basically creating a cycle and forcing it on this image, so that will have like a frame, a circular frame to this particular image. That's what we're doing down here. And so to do that, what you have to do is, remember we did the shape. In this case, the image in x and y is the same. It's not always like that, but in this case it's the same. So we don't really need to do this, but I've been explicit here. And so what you do is to grab the shape in x, which this value will just give it this value in the x, and this will give you the value in the y. So this is a 512 and this is a 512, and that's giving you the length in x and the length in y. And then we use that to create sort of O grid. Remember, you have a mesh grid, but in this case we're using an O grid, and for the O grid we're telling it to go from the start up to this value, and it should also go from the start up to the 555. So it's basically everything again. And then we'll create an outer disk, and this is just using the equation of a cycle. You remember what equation of a cycle is? You have some x, which is coming from this O grid, you minus it by lx, you divide it by 2, and then you square it, and then you add for the y, and then you take another square, and then we'll actually find where it's actually less than this guy. And so with that, if we force these outer values to be 0, we've successfully drawn a cycle, and then we'll find this region that is less than that, and we'll assign it to be 0. That's just the operation that we did here. And so if we run this now on the camera, then we'll have it here. And so we'll just fit it in a cycle and find a certain region that is less than the lx, and then we'll force those values to be equal to 0, and that's what we have here. And that's that for this particular tutorial. If there is any other operation you want me to do on images, let me know. And so you could use something like this to edit your photos. Once you have this script, you could write it as a function, and then you could edit bulk of images without like using like click on photo app or on computer. Hope this is helpful. Please subscribe. I'm going to do a complete series of working with images. So this is just the start, working with NumPy on those images. In the next one, I will show you how to generate footprints or structuring element that you could use for filtering images or denoising or smoothing. Until the next video, I still remember, please subscribe.